Hey everyone, how are you? This is your very own Rashida Omolade Sule. 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 It's actually been a while. How's everybody doing? I want to first of all apologize for taking this long to get back on my lives. Um, this is a platform where we talk about everything women, marriage, skincare, clothes, everything, everything. So today I want to talk to you all about women, depression, and treatment. Why? Because I've been doing some study. I've been doing some studies, and those studies says that a lot of women are depressed, especially women in America. A lot of women are depressed. Yeah. So I'm going to talk a little bit to us about it today. I am not a doctor. I'm not clinical anything, but I am like the third generation of married women. My grandmother married, my mom still married. I think my mom's married. Yeah, it's not. I think mommy's marriage this year is 51 years of marriage. I'm currently right now 19, going on 20 years of marriage. But this is not just about marriage. This is more about what causes a woman to be depressed and why do a lot of African American or African women or African American women um, do not get help. We do not get help at all. We go through it. We go through it. People would say we crazy. So a husband would say something wrong with you. You mind this, that, and the third. We do not go for help. You would never, as a Nigerian that I am, and grew up in Brooklyn, you would never hear that an African woman went to see her doctor to see what was wrong with her psyche. We go to doctors for men. What is it? To do our yearly checkups. You'll see women when they're either pregnant, after they have the baby. It'll be something concerning the baby. It may be their breast check, things like that. But you don't naturally see a woman talking about, I don't know what's wrong with me. Sometimes I'm too tired. Sometimes I just don't feel like doing nothing. Go to the hospital and say, I think I'm depressed. They don't. So I came here today to share some light, okay, on some of the symptoms and some of the causes of depression, okay? There's a lot of things out there. From as simple as you're not getting enough sleep. It could just naturally be that you're not getting enough sleep. But many of us would just never, we wouldn't even, you're not getting enough sleep. Woman, go and get some sleep. But no, she'll keep walking and walking and walking and walking. Let me let y'all know something, African American women, African women. Don't work yourself silly. Life is for the living. Enjoy your life. Enjoy. I would hear many women say, oh, I'm doing this for my children. I'm working 2 jobs, 3 jobs for my children. Are you for your what? These ones we got these days. The ones that all they care about is their friends. Yeah. You're working all of your life for them. And then when they get married, they're going to have their own bills to pay. They're going to have their own situations. You think they're going to be worried about you. I'm talking for the African community. Y'all see the Asian community, they have their mother in the house. The mother come and live with them and help them take care of the kids. They're building their tradition from China, all of them, they're continuing their tradition. They're continuing their tradition. Indians, you will see their parents living with them. They take care of their parents. How many African Americans do you, either Africans or African American? Africans, Africans. So We've broken tradition. And in breaking tradition, what now naturally happens is that depression kicks in so many areas. So many areas. So I don't want to take us off what I'm going to talk about today. So I typed everything up so that I am not going rogue on you guys. I want you to get something out of this lesson because depression is real. And it's so real that it's killing a lot of us. It's messing up our marriages. It's messing up our relationship with our children. It's messing up our relationship with friends. Do you know how many Black people have ADHD? And you just never get just one medication just to fix it? I had no idea what that was. No idea. I had no idea that, it causes you to do so many things. You're doing this, that, and the third, and you're doing this, and you never see the completion of anything. That's my simple way of giving you, that's the definition. My simple definition for ADHD. You ain't crazy. I heard that air is not coming to the front lobe of your forehead. So because of that, it's hard for you to stay focused. Do you know there's a pill for that? But God forbid, how dare a Black person get caught up in a psychiatric or get seen walking into a psychiatric clinic? Do you know that one pill can literally help you to get yourself together? It's bad enough that as women, we do the most. Whether you're married, whether you're not married. As women, we do the most. You have children, the most. We're strong, but we're still not that strong. We are fragile. And when we don't seek help, it affects our relationships. It affects who we are. Okay, so I'm going to go to it. There's several treatments that are available for depression. And then how depression affects a woman during pregnancy as well, and during menopause. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. So like I said, I typed everything up so that I don't have to take too much of your time. I know it may not be the fun YouTube, whatever page that you want to watch, but you know what? It's going to be educational. Okay? It's going to be educational. That's what I'm going to do. We're going to get educated. Because knowledge is power, but the application of the knowledge is more powerful. I know something, but I don't use it. How's it good for me? How's it good for me? So all this that I know that I have learned over so many years, I have to deposit it into you so that you can have that unshakable marriage that you're looking for, or have that amazing life that you want to experience. Because girl, let me tell you, life is good. Yeah, it is. But you got to make it good for you. Okay? So let me run into it. The women in depression. Depression affects 17% of Americans. 17% of Americans. That's a lot. Okay? Treatments are 75 to 80% effective. But many of us would never seek the treatment. You see a woman going through menopause and she's going through her hot flashes and no, I don't want to use any medication. No, I want to go natural. Yeah, you go natural, but then later on, you acting crazy over there. Your hot flashes got you tearing up your clothes. People looking at you like, what's wrong? Kilo shorty, she okay? Everything all right? Or because you don't even know that you have ADHD, you're always pissed off. You're always depressed. You're always thinking you can't amount to nothing. You're thinking, what is wrong with me? Have you ever thought that to yourself? What did you do about it? Maybe nothing. because that's what you know to do. Nothing. Yeah. So depression are signals of changes that women need to make. Sometimes there's some changes in your life that you want to make. And you just see those changes being impossible. And because you see that they are impossible, you're depressed. Because you think it's impossible, you're depressed. But many of us don't understand that God can use depression to motivate us. Sometimes you'll be depressed about the current situation that you're in, and you know you need to make that change. Boom, some people just make a change. That's it. You just get depressed, be like, you know what? I'm so done. I'm done. And you make a change. So sometimes depression is good. It'll push you towards a positive change. But most times, depression, when you don't understand the type that you're going through, can cause you to make some major mistakes. Some symptoms of major depression. These are some of the symptoms. Depressed mood, or loss of interests or pleasure in unusual activities. All of a sudden, you just begin to do things that you didn't do in your 20s. Now you're in your 50s and your 60s. Okay. Feelings of worthlessness. You feel worthless. Once you begin to get that feeling, reject it. Be like, no, that's not me. I'm done. Nope. 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 I know I'm worthy. I know I'm good. I know I'm not worthless. And if you don't know whether, if you can't figure that out, you need to go in a community of people that love you, that care for you, that know who you are, that appreciate you. Because a lot of times, women, we are too hard on ourselves. We don't give ourselves any credit. Give yourself some credit. You were made, designed, created for such a time as this. Stop judging yourself so hard. Stop looking at the other side of someone else's garden. Oh, well, she doing this, and she got this, and she married, and she, that girl, please. That's for her. You worry about what's for you. Oh, she driving a car, and you don't know what she do. You know what she do? You don't know what she do. You don't know what her job is during the day or during the night. You don't know what she do. And you don't know how she works hard to get everything that she got. You don't know. Women, let's stop cutting each other, slicing each other, because there's something about you that you may not like, or something about you that you're going through that's causing you to chop another sister. Don't do that. Don't do that. She's beautiful. You not as, no. Every human being is created by God. They are beautiful. Their action may not be beautiful. Some of the things that they do, the talk they talk may not be beautiful. But you never bring down another human being, because you can't create one. So, some of the signs of depression, or symptoms of major depression: feeling of worthlessness, excessive or inappropriate guilt. You just feel guilty. Maybe you did something that's just inappropriate. You can't talk to nobody about it. I'm gonna throw this at you. Maybe you slept with your best friend's husband. Wow. Married Let's Talk is a platform for women. If you're not married yet, you will learn some of the qualities that you need to be married, to have that God find you. And when he finds you, to know that you are the crown jewel that he cannot lose. Because you are. How to maintain your marriage. How to know your role in marriage. How to know your responsibilities in marriage. Marriage is not what the world calls it. Marriage is what God calls it. Because he created marriage. You cannot know, the world cannot know a thing more than the creator of the thing. God created man. He created woman. He said a man would leave his wife and cleave to his, a man would leave his mother and father and cleave to his wife, and they become one, right? But you're not married yet, so you're depressed. Or you are married, but you're married to you thinking you married to the wrong one, because David bought Jane a G-Wagon and built her a house, and we still live in an apartment. Girl, that's not your problem. It ain't your problem what David bought Jane. What the issue that you have is how you going to talk to your God about, God, how you going to bless my husband so my husband can have everything he needs in order for all of our needs to be supplied by you. How's that going to happen? How's that going to happen? I'm sorry. I just had to take a break for a minute. So let me run this through you by you guys. Just let me I'm just going to go with the way. Inability to concentrate. That has been a major problem, a major depression for a lot of people, because they can't focus. Lack of focus. ADHD, lack of focus. Do you know that if you go to your doctor, he can actually give you something for you to use that will help you focus? Now I'm going to break down the truth to y'all. Years ago, my God, it must have been about 13 years ago. I was very depressed. I was depressed. And what caused my depression? I think we moved. I think that's when we moved to Georgia from New York. My parents are in New York. My siblings are in New York. So we moved to Georgia. And, Georgia, things are a bit slower. Things are a bit slower in Georgia. It's not the life that you have in New York, and I was just thinking, oh my God, I wanted to be a lawyer. I didn't finish law school and this, that, and the third. And I was just going at it. I was just egging myself and just really, and I'm looking at my husband, like, came along, and then we got married and had children. And now, like, it was his fault that I didn't complete law school. It had nothing to do with the man. It had nothing to do with a man. It was just me going through, looking back in my life, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm 30 something now, and I haven't gotten this, I haven't gotten that. I wanted this amount of money to be in my account. I wanted to be driving this car. I just started thinking about my life, and depression came over me. I did not reject that. I did not say, you know what, Rashid? I didn't say, I was just depressed. I laid in bed for days. My husband would talk to me. I'd be like, just stop. That's why it's good to marry your friend. Because he knew to leave me alone during them seasons. He was far away. But these things happen. I should have been here. This is where I could be in my life. This is where I should be in my life. These things happen, and it causes depression. It causes depression. But when you're in that state of mind, make sure to hurry up and find yourself to get out of that state of mind. Because if you stay in that state of mind, it is going to mess things up. Relationships with you, your children, your marriage, your friends. It's going to jack things up. You got to get out of it. So inability to concentrate, that's the ADHD. Fatigue or loss of energy. All of a sudden, you're just tired all the time. You have no interest in life anymore. Nothing excites you. You just moping. You just moping. These are depression. Did I tell you that 80% of the treatments that they have for these things are very effective? Insomnia or increased need for sleep. You're not sleeping at all because your brain is working at night. Your brain is just at it. You're laying in bed. Your brain is at it. I remember T.D. Jakes. Pastor T.D. Jakes says, it's one thing to sleep, but it's another thing to get rest. You're laying down, but you're not, your body, your brain is not resting. Depression. Or maybe all you want to do is sleep, sleep, sleep all day, all night, and don't even come out and do nothing because you're not moved by nothing. Depression. Go to your doctor. Find out. Is there something is just not right? Talk to a friend. Go out. Sometimes all you need is just to go for dinner. Go for lunch. Do something that's gonna excite you. Travel. Travel is medicine for me. Get me out of my environment. Get me somewhere else. Okay. Significant weight gain. Significant weight loss. Some people will lose so much weight. You're looking like, girl, you done lost weight, girl, you're looking good. Sometimes it's not because they want to. Sometimes because they're going through something. So be that friend. You look good, but what's really going on? I'm going to tell y'all a story. My best friend, she passed away a couple of years ago. And people didn't know what was wrong with her. You know, they had no idea. So she had lost a lot of weight. But it's not because she wanted to. She was going through some cancerous stuff, but it's not because she wanted to. She had called me and she told me, she said, Rashida, you know, you have all these supplements that help people to lose weight. Do you have anything to help people gain weight? I'm like, girl, what you mean gain weight? You need to be happy with where you are. If this is your size today, be happy with that size. If your clothes are size 14 and right now you're a size 4, 6, take all the old clothes, go put it to a corner somewhere, go shopping, go buy some new clothes. I myself had no idea what she was going through. I had no idea what she was going through. But when she finally told me, and then we met up at an occasion, I would see other girls. Oh my God, you look fantastic. You lost so much weight. What did you use? What are you on? What are you doing? You couldn't blame them. But it's just sometimes being insensitive. But they don't know that they were insensitive. A lot of times they feel like you want to lose this weight, not knowing that you're going through some medical or whatever issue and you've lost weight. Sometimes depression. Yeah. Feelings of hopelessness. You feel hopeless. You feel that life has nothing for you. Some people feel like they have nothing to give to life. Like they're just hopeless. When you're feeling this feeling, you are literally falling into a depression state. You need to either get out, break out of that, call somebody that's going to come and disturb your area. Put some music, do something, take you out, do something. I cause people to laugh. You call me, I could be going through situations and I'm going through one right now, but I'm not going to let that bring me down. It's just a thing that you go through. It's a thing that you go through. But I learned that along the way. I learned that along the way because growing up, I had no idea why I want to do this. I don't complete it. I lose focus. I can't focus on nothing. I will beat myself up in the head in order to, I passed exams. I passed exams because I will read. I don't read to understand. I'll read But then when it's the night before the exam, I'll study and I'll pass the exam. Everybody around me used to, oh, Rashida, oh my God, you're so good, you saw this, you did. But I knew what I was dealing with within me. I knew something was not right. I was not reaching for the skies. I was never the ones that, I'll beat everybody down, beat everything down just to get to where I'm going. I never had that. Until my sister she's in the medical field, and she literally, there was one time I was just so depressed. And I was like, this just cannot be my life in Georgia. You can't tell me as a wife, all I'm gonna do is cook, clean, and that's it. This is what I got a degree for. This is my life. And I called my sister, and she told me to check something out. She said when they checked my dad's blood, they found out that he had so and so and so. And being that me and my dad have the same blood, I should go check. I was like, girl, please. What the heck is that? Oh, but Rashida, there's treatment for that. I'm like, what? If you guys are interested in finding out what that is, let me know. You can drop that down in the comment section. I'll definitely get to you and let you know. But many of us women, we go through that because we have too much to do. We got too much going on. And it's so hard we don't want to fail. So we keep doing and doing and doing and doing until boom, cancer hit. Keep doing and doing and doing until your knees can't do no more. Keep doing until you just can't do no more. We run ourselves tired. We want to do and be people pleasers. I got to please my children. I got to please my husband. I got to please my pastor. I got to please who's pleasing you? Who's bending over backward to make sure that you're good? You got to be careful. You have to sit down, search within yourself. Who am I? Write down the things that you like. Write down the things you don't like. Try to figure out what is it exactly that will make you happy, and do it. Life is for the freaking living. Life ain't for the dead, because the dead dead. The dead is dead. But as long as you are still alive and you're breathing, don't allow depression to creep up on you. Because the depression doesn't bestow itself on you. It creeps up on you. Can it be that you were abused when you were younger? And all of a sudden you say, oh, that's all put behind me now. That's not my life. You never dealt with the situation. And then all of a sudden you're married now. 10 years into marriage, it creeps up on you. Because of that, you become so overprotective of your children, so overprotective of, it creeps up and it takes a toll on your health. I'm going to stay on this because I don't want to take too much of your time, but these are things that we need to know. If you're also thinking about thoughts of death or thoughts of suicide, it's a problem. Get some help. The moment it starts to creep in your head that, you know what, I don't need to be here. The person that loved me the most is gone. I might as well just follow that person. I don't need to. No, you have life for a reason. You were put here for a reason. Your life wasn't necessarily connected to that person. If that person that loved you so much is dead, it was time for that person to go. You still have something to do in this life, on this earth. Look for what it is and do it. Enjoy yourself. So by the time, if let's say somebody was saying, yeah, let's say there is a heaven. Yeah. Okay, let's say there is a heaven. Wouldn't it be nice for you to get there and say, God, I got here and I did my thing. It was really good while I was out here. Not God asking you, so what did you do? God, you should have just left me up in here in heaven because it was just so depressing. But yeah, the world is depressing, but you ain't got to be depressed with what's going on in the world. You're in the world, you're not of this world. You don't have to get yourself into all of this stuff. Do you know how many countries are out there? Have you been to a different country? Have you visited Hawaii? Have you visited Tahiti, Bora Bora? Have you taking yourself to Europe? Plan a trip. Get a doggone passport. Take a one-way ticket sometimes. Do something that's going to make you happy. It's going to make you smile. The world is too sad. It's just what it is. Okay. Let me not go too much off. Depression is overrepresented in women by a 2-to-1 ratio that have absence of a confidant. If you don't have somebody that you're talking to, somebody that you can release steam, because every now and then we're going to have some things that we're worried about. You need to release it out. You need to get it out of you. People look at me like, Rashida, you're not aging. What? You're this age? Yeah, honey, I don't stress. I don't stress. But I learned that along the years. I used to stress when I was younger. But I learned not to stress along the years. And everything that I've learned is what I'm bringing to you today. And I'm going to bring it on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I want you to learn. Life will happen with or without you. But your life is for you to control. Your mind is for you to control. That's your business. Your brain, it's your business. The moment that depression is coming your way, try as much as possible to catch yourself real quick. Okay? Also, women that is twice as much to have over depression, or women that have less than a high school education, because they feel that they're less than. When they don't have education, you hear some things like, oh, you think you're better than us just because you educated? Just because you went to college, that's supposed to mean you're better than us? Watch out for a woman like that. Depression creeps in. A lot of women, like my mother-in-law is 98, but when I was having my children, she came, she helped me with my children, right? That was, I can't quantify how she saved me. Because usually after I have children, I go into a little bit of a depression mode. I think it's because for me, it was breastfeeding, right? So she was with me all the time. All of a sudden, she went back home after 5 years, and I had 2 children at this time. One was 5. No, one was 6, and the other was 4. Mind you, when I had my babies and they were growing up, my mother-in-law was always there. I was working. So by the evening time I get home, dinner, the kids are fine, everything is good. I never had the, opportunity to really just me and the 2 children being home together while they do their terrific 6 and running around. The moment we moved to Georgia, and my mother-in-law was not around, and I was with these children by myself, the depression that crept in at the time was not even funny. I thought if something wasn't going to happen to me, it was going to happen to them. It was bad. Worship helped out. I now picked up the phone, talked to my mom. We never really served siesta, like do naps, unless we were in school. It was a girlfriend of mine that said, Rashida, you need to put these children to sleep in the afternoon. Let them go and sleep. When they sleep for about 2-3 hours, you know what? They were not 6 and 4, because Lauren is going to be 18 coming a couple of days. And we've been here, what, 13 years? Yeah, 13, 14 years. Yeah. So, yeah, they were young. Eventually, someone says, Rashida, put them to sleep in the afternoon. And that's what I started doing. At a particular time, 12 o'clock, time to go for nap. They would sleep. 2 hours. Those 2 or 3 hours, I would indulge myself in what I love to do. It could be me just resting on a chair, and the time go by just like that, so fast. It'd be gone. I'd be like, dang, it's already 2 hours or 3 hours. But that helped me. If you need to do that, do that. Don't allow your children, your source of joy, to be what is really. If you need help, get help. If you need somebody to come and watch the children for you sometimes while you do what you love to do, do that. Do that, okay? Lack of work outside of the home. So men, if you're hearing me loud and clear, if your wife is a housewife, stay-at-home mom, work-at-home mom, weekends sometimes, take her out. Do something with her so depression don't creep in. Saturday, Sunday, take her out. Friday night, let her know how special she is. And girl, if they don't take you out, you take yourself out. Yes, honey. You get dressed. You put on your fabulous outfit, your fabulous shoes. You get up out of there. You go. Go do something. Go take care of yourself. Because it says stay-at-home moms are twice, their depression is quicker, twice as much to get a depression because you're home all the time. Okay? Unstable marital history. Oh, Rashida, my first marriage didn't work. Second one didn't work. Okay, lay off the marriage for a minute. And figure yourself out. Find yourself. Figure you out. Why is these things not working? But when you just blame yourself and say, oh my God, my marriage is not working, it's all my fault, and no, girl, please. Please, please, please. But this is twice as much to cause depression. Personal feelings of helplessness. The feeling helpless, hopeless, helpless. Feeling like you can't do anything. Nobody wants you. Nobody wants to spend time with you. Nobody wants to listen to what you got to say. You know what? Anxiety. History of abuse. Estrogen production. Serotonin deficiency. Serotonin deficiency leads into serotonin spectrum disorders. Okay? And if you have what's called the PMDD, premenstrual dysphoric disorder, symptoms begin during luteal phase. Symptoms subside when menstruation begins. Okay? A lot of people, some people that I know, I've heard, I know them too, I've heard, they didn't get their period till they were like 19 years old. And that's possible. They're not sexually active. It's possible. Not everybody gets it at a young age. So the PMDD, premenstrual dysphoric disorder. The symptoms of depression. So a lot of times if you're not careful as a child being depressed, it may just keep your menstrual cycle away. Okay. It affects 2 to 9% of women. So it's not all women, it's just 2 to 9% of women. It's not the same as PMS. It's much more severe symptoms that PMDD people have. And there's a treatment for PMDD. Treatment for PMDD can be reduce caffeine and salt, avoid alcohol and nicotine, avoid junk food, take your vitamins, exercise, sleep hygiene, medications, antidepressants can help. Some people sometimes, let's say they're fully ingrown in their menstrual, whatever. But every now and then it takes forever for it to come. You know how some people can say, oh, my thing comes every 21 days, or my thing comes every 24 days. I never had that issue. I didn't want it to come. It came. I wasn't counting because I wasn't really, there was nothing for, why will I be counting? There's nothing for me to be counting at the time when I was younger, because I wasn't doing nothing. I wasn't doing nothing. If it came, if it didn't come, great. That was then, right? So exercise, sleep hygiene, a lot of times you're not getting enough sleep. It messes that stuff up. It messes up your cycle because your hormones is all over the place. Now, pregnancies, issues of depression in pregnancies. Depression can continue during pregnancy. So you're now pregnant. And what are some of the things that can cause depression in pregnancy? It could be that the conception, you're kicking it with this dude, but you weren't planning on having a child with them, but you're having sex with them. And what do you think happens when you have sex? So you're depressed. It drives me crazy when I hear, I don't believe in abortion. You shouldn't believe in sex before marriage. Or you shouldn't believe in having sex without condoms to someone that you're not married to. Yeah? Maybe if you do that one, then you wouldn't have this issue. Or some people, they're married, they've given birth to all the children, and they're good. And then all of a sudden, at the age 55, they're pregnant. Depression. You're doing the do, you're thinking everything is good. I have an example. She's like a cousin to me. She had her baby. She had her first one. She had twins. And she said, this is it. I'm done. I'm going to tie these tubes. So she went to go and get her whole body structured all over, did everything. And boom. After all of that mommy makeover, all of that body makeover, all the whatever that she's done in order to prevent baby from coming, she still got pregnant. She was depressed because she knew this one wanted to come. But why now? Why couldn't you come before I did all of this? Because she has a tendency to be big. Conception. Sometimes birth defects. You're excited that you're pregnant. You and your significant other, you and your husband. You're so excited. Only for you to go see the doctor. And they tell you that it seems as if there's a defect. So depressing. So frustrating. It causes depression. Carrying to term. Premature delivery. Causes some of the depression's issues. Exposure to medication causes problem to baby after delivery. So they're giving you medication now while you're pregnant, or maybe because you are depressed, so you're getting medication. So you even become more depressed, literally, because you're thinking that the medication that you're using is going to have this birth defect on the child. So you think when the child comes out, oh my God, how's my child going? Is she going to be okay? Is she? Breastfeeding. That was my problem. Breastfeeding. Every time I started, it just wasn't my thing. I did it, but it just wasn't my thing. It was hard on me. Postpartum depression. Every time I had that baby, it was like I get home and like a week later. It says 85% of women will have baby blues. Severe symptoms in 8% to 15% of women have postpartum depression. And it can be treated. But when I was going through it, I didn't know I was going through postpartum depression. So I never went to the doctor to get anything. I didn't know. Maybe it was there, but it wasn't as bad, because some people's are bad. But I just know that I cry a lot. You okay? What do you want? I don't want nothing. I used to do that a lot. And I didn't know it was postpartum depression. What about perimenopause? Perimenopause. 12 consecutive months without a period. Okay? The symptoms that these people usually get are hot flashes, cold sweats, sleep disturbance. Have you ever experienced sleeping and waking up in cold, like you're sweating? When I was younger, my mom had menopause. It scared the life out of me because I was so afraid, like, am I going to experience this? Am I going to go through this? Some people get it early. Some people get it late. But I heard everybody gets it. But the thing is, a lot of mothers do not share it with their daughters. They don't let their daughters know. I would just see my mom. My mom would come from work and she'd sit down and she would be sweating like it was raining. And then after a few minutes, she was cold. That scared the crap out of me. You know, and you have to be close to your mom a lot of times to even notice, you know. And it's hard for people to sleep as well. You know, it's hard for you to sleep. But there's something called HRT. Find out from your doctor if that's something that can help you. It's called hormone replacement therapy. Find out if it's something that can help you. Or maybe just one pill may be able to help your hormone balance. Maybe serotonin therapy can help you. Yeah, I heard that. I did the research and I heard that, you know, it's pretty good for some people if they still do it. So some general principles of treatment: thorough evaluation. You got to be educated on this stuff. You got to be educated. Just don't go around using stuff just because you can. You know, get rest if you need it. Diet. Change your diet. Maybe there's certain things that you're eating that's allowing it to flare up. Believing in God. What does God say? Do you have faith that you hold on to so strongly that you can speak life into whatever situation you're going through? Support. Get support. Get support. We were not created to be alone. It says it was not meant for a man to ever be alone. We were not created to be alone. We're not created to be alone. Get some necessary sleep. So people say, "Oh, I'm a night person. Stay up all night, sleep all day," or my eyes just would not close until 12 o'clock. You have ownership of this body. You control this body. This body don't control you. If you have to get into bed at 8 o'clock and be in there reading, read, because a lot of times they say reading, once you start reading, you fall asleep. Once you start reading the Bible, you fall asleep. If that's it, then pick up the Bible, start reading, girl. Fall asleep. And do it, you know, consecutively so that by the time your body is used to it, you train your body to do that. Medications. Medication gonna help. Medications will help. Supplements will help. I take a lot of supplements. You guys that know me know I take supplements. I don't play. I don't take them ones over them counters. You want to know what I take? DM me. There's several alternatives. If you have any alternative that you know that is able to help another woman, or maybe something that you're using that's helping you with treating depression, let us know. Let us know. Let us know. So I can talk a little bit about that. Okay. I think I'm going to end here with this, and I hope that you all learned something. But my ending word for you is to know that life was given to you to enjoy. Life was given to you to live, not to worry. Things will happen. You can't control it. Let go and let God, and stop holding on to so many things, thinking that you have the power to take care of it. Thank you so much for watching me today. See you back on Tuesday, where we will continue to do a little bit more education on everything woman. Take care, ladies. Bye. And gents. Ladies and gents. Ladies and gents. Ladies and gents. Ladies and